Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for joining the presentation of the 11th Mining and Exploration Forum, MINEX Kazakhstan. Before we begin, a little preface. As you know, we are planning to organize the forum on the 13th and the 14th of September 2021. MINEX Kazakhstan will be held at the Radisson Astana Hotel in Nur-Sultan, and will make every effort to comply with an anti-epidemic requirements to ensure the safety of the forum participants. We closely follow all changes and regulations concerning the organization of the public events in Kazakhstan, as well as the rules for entry and exit from the country for foreign visitors. Like many other organizations and organizers, we hope that the vaccinations will be carried out in Kazakhstan in spring-summer periods, and that by September, life will return to a relative norm, and then we'll be able to hold the forum as an in-person physical event. We will keep you informed about all the important changes via emails and announcements on the websites. And for those who cannot physically join the forum this year, you still can register as online participants. We'll tell you more about online participation options in our presentation. I would like to remind you that the questions, if you have them, you can ask them through the chat window built into the presentation screen. And our program will be consisting of three parts. First, we will present preliminary agenda of the forum and the events that we are planning to hold within its framework. After the presentation, we will answer your questions, and then we will demonstrate virtual exhibition, which we have created using our new technology platform. In conclusion, we'll pass the floor to Datamine, or one of the forum exhibitors, and they will be able to present to you a webinar, and at the end, happy to answer questions and also meet you in their virtual booth. Information for those who cannot stay with us until the end: you will be able to watch the recording of the presentation next week when you return to the virtual exhibition. It will be located at the MINEX Kazakhstan information stand. This concludes the preface, and we begin the presentation of the preliminary program of the forum. Thank you and enjoy.
Endowed with vast mineral resources, Kazakhstan is the undoubted economic leader in Central Asia. In the last decade, Kazakhstan has made significant efforts for modernizing its mining industry by creating agile and sustainable production to meet the global demand for metals and minerals. Kazakhstan's mining companies are spearheading the implementation of globally recognized ESG and CSR practices in mining operations, from exploration and extraction to closure and reconciliation. The subsoil use reform, combined with the development of Astana International Financial Center, has boosted business confidence and put Kazakhstan's mining on the global investment map. Held since 2010, MINEX Kazakhstan is one of the best-regarded major mining events in the country. The 11th Mining and Exploration Forum MINEX Kazakhstan will take place in Nur-Sultan on the 13th and the 14th of September 2021. The forum will bring together national and international mining companies, equipment, and service providers from Kazakhstan and overseas. The forum will be organized in compliance with all sanitary and anti-epidemic requirements to ensure the safety of the participants. MINEX Kazakhstan will be held under the central theme Sustainable Development of Mining and Exploration in Kazakhstan, Prospects and Challenges. Detailed information about the forum will be regularly updated on www.minexkazakhstan.com. For the first time, the forum will be held in a hybrid format, bringing together on-site participants and those who are taking part via an online platform. Prominent experts, heads of leading companies, politicians, investors, academic research organizations and senior government officials will take part in the interactive discussions with participants attending the forum on site in Nur-Sultan and those who will join it online. Speakers who cannot attend the forum in person will be able to present through an online platform. Our own web-based system will help virtual and on-site participants to listen to simultaneous translation and ask presenters questions in real time. The forum sessions, Slides presented at the forum as well as video recordings of the main sessions and panel discussions will be available for viewing after the forum. Mining Trade and Projects exhibition will be held alongside the forum, enabling exhibitors with presentation and engagement opportunities. On-site exhibition will be enhanced by its digital twin created in 3D computer-generated environment. This new augmented format will create extra value for exhibitors as they will be able to reach out to both physical and online audiences attending the forum. We will demonstrate the virtual exhibition at the end of this presentation. Please stay with us. In the meantime, we would like to briefly introduce you to the preliminary program of the forum and the events that will be organized within its framework. The forum will commence on Monday, the 13th of September. At the first plenary session, where we are planning to present significant changes that have taken place in Kazakhstan's mining industry over the past year. Leading experts will talk about how the enterprises of the mining and metallurgical complex adapted and continued to carry on production and projects in a global pandemic environment. The session will also highlight key outcomes of the Code on Subsoil and Subsoil Use, which was recently adopted in Kazakhstan. During this session, experts will discuss the prospects for comprehensive geological study of mineral resources with the participation of companies, investors, and the state. At the next plenary session, we are planning to discuss practical steps undertaken by Kazakhstan to improve the investment climate to ensure sustainable development of the mining and metallurgical industry. Alongside the forum's plenary sessions, we will organize presentations of the finalists of the Mine Digital competition, which will be held for the first time in Kazakhstan. We are launching this competition with the aim of creating an independent demand-driven platform to accelerate the development of Industry 4.0 mining enterprises in Kazakhstan and other countries of Central Asia. IT companies, startups, and IT departments of mining enterprises that have developed and implemented digital solutions are invited to participate. After the lunch break, the forum will continue in the format of several technical session tracks. The first technical session will provide a stage for the presentation of innovations, latest trends, and the emergence of advanced mineral exploration technologies. The session will also touch upon the plans for the development of a geological cluster in the Republic of Kazakhstan. At the second session, specialists will share the latest technologies of enrichment and processing of raw materials. In particular, an emphasis will be placed on advanced technologies and methods of tailings management. The session will also illustrate cases of the use of modern technologies for the enrichment of technogenic raw materials and the processing of complex and poor ores. The third technical session will focus on the implementation of closed mining systems and other technologies to reduce environmental impact. The session is organized in partnership with the National Academy of Mining Sciences. The program of the first day will conclude with a panel discussion on the future of junior mining in Kazakhstan and Central Asia. The discussion will focus on the prospects and practices of geological exploration activities carried out by national and international companies and investors. A gala drinks evening reception organized with the support of the UK Department of International Trade will provide an opportunity to meet with a delegation of UK companies and officials attending the forum in Nur-Sultan. The program of the next day will be no less intense. On Tuesday, 14th of September, the forum will offer a stage for two events which will be organized in Kazakhstan for the first time. On this day, we are planning to hold the Mining Goes Digital conference on the digital transformation of the mining sector. This event was launched and successfully held at MINEX Russia Forum for the last 2 years. In 2019, the Republic of Kazakhstan estimated that the total economic effect from the use of digital technologies can exceed $25 billion per year. Mining Goes Digital Conference will offer a platform for discussing the challenges and prospects of developing a new generation of mining and subsoil use in the era of digitalization of the economy and its growing reliance on energy metals. The future digital transformation of the mining industry is driven by increasing demand for improving its efficiency across the whole value chain, from exploration and production management to government regulation of subsoil use and information disclosure. The conference program will include a series of sessions which will present trends, technologies, and examples of digital transformation in the mining sector in Kazakhstan and globally. On the 14th of September, we will also host the Mine Eco competition. It will be the first international competition of corporate social responsibility projects developed in Kazakhstan's mining and metals industry under the new environmental code. The competition's objectives are aligned with the Kazakhstan 2050 strategy and the concept of transition to a green economy. The new environmental code introduced the pollutant pays and remedies principle, which promotes wider use of technologies and economic incentives to reduce the environmental footprint of mining operations. The competition is open to mining and metallurgical enterprises, local authorities, universities, and technology providers who have implemented projects in the field of environmental safety and social development in Kazakhstan. At the end of the forum, we will hold an awards ceremony for the winners of the Mine Digital and Mine Eco competitions. Terms of participation in the forum are published on www.minexkazakhstan.com. If you have any questions or suggestions, please contact us using the feedback form, chatbot, or by contacting the forum secretariat. We look forward to greeting you at MINEX Kazakhstan 2021 virtual exhibition and at the forum in Nur-Sultan in September.
Well, thank you very much for listening to this presentation. This concludes the presentation of the agenda. Before we start the presentation of the virtual exhibition, I'll be very happy to answer your questions. Please feel free to type those questions in the public chat. If you don't have any questions for now, you could type them during the presentation. Also, I would like to draw your attention to a small quiz asking you to reply whether you have ever participated in the virtual 3D events. So we'd like to see who from our audience already actually has experience in 3D reality, in 3D events, built in 3D realities. Without further ado, would like to now start the presentation of the virtual exhibition. After that, I'll be happy to take any questions. Please feel free to type them in. Enjoy.
Welcome to MINEX Kazakhstan virtual exhibition. Organized since 2010, MINEX Kazakhstan is one of the major international mining events in the country. Designed as a digitally generated reality, MINEX Kazakhstan virtual exhibition extends opportunities for the presentation of important changes in Kazakhstan's mining sector and key projects and technologies developed in Kazakhstan and the countries of Central Asia. Feel free to visit the exhibition anytime regardless of your location. Walk around exhibition stands. View videos and materials presented by each exhibitor. Exhibitors will periodically update their displays. Visit the exhibition more often not to miss new items. To ask questions or schedule meetings with exhibitors, just complete the contact form located at each exhibition booth. Hello and welcome to MINEX Kazakhstan 2021 virtual exhibition. In this video, we will show you the main features of the virtual exhibition. Buttons to switch the language are located at the right bottom corner. At the organizer's desk you can book an exhibition booth, contact organizers, listen to an audio introduction, watch welcome video, open exhibition plan, and complete a mining survey to test your knowledge in mining trends in Kazakhstan. At the bottom menu you can find a shortcut to the floor plan, information about the forum, navigation around the exhibition, and the exhibition halls, which includes conference halls, meeting rooms which can be reserved, and networking areas where you can meet the sponsors in the virtual meeting rooms. And finally, contact organizers forms. At the top right menu, you can find on and off sound button, full screen button, and share in social media buttons. To navigate around the exhibition, use the flashing hotspots around that you can see on the floor. They can look like this, or this. On each exhibition stand, you will find many active points, such as audio and information windows. Links to social media platforms. Contact forms where you can book a meeting with the exhibitor. Videos, and the virtual meeting room. And if you have any questions, we will be there to help via chat located at the right bottom corner. This is a vacant exhibition stand. Companies can use their virtual stands to promote products, services and projects by placing videos and marketing materials, creating links to social media and corporate websites. Exhibitors can also engage with the visitors by answering inquiries and organizing online meetings right at the stand. In addition, virtual exhibitors can create animated video greeting by the company representative, advertise in the exhibition halls, organize events in the auditoriums, order branded virtual meeting and networking rooms, hold quizzes and much more. To find our exhibitor options, please view the short video and then click on the link. If you are ready to book a stand, please complete the form by clicking on the laptop. If you have some questions, please complete inquiry form and our representatives will contact you. Hello. In this video we will talk you through the main features of the virtual booths. Exhibitors can choose a 3D or 2D booth model or order an individual design. The standard virtual exhibitor package includes placement of company name and logo on the booth fascia. On the stand, you can have many active points, such as audio greeting in Russian and English. Information windows presenting your company in Russian and English. Links to social media platforms. Contact forms where visitors can send inquiry and book a meeting. Videos featuring products, services or projects presented by exhibitor, PDF documents and presentation slides, and a virtual meeting room where you can meet with the visitors. You can also choose to have animated avatars like this or this. You can also record video of your company representative who can greet your visitors. Or you can have a still avatar which can be linked to an inquiry form or email. We also create an auto guide that will guide visitors through your virtual exhibition materials. Possible to integrate elements of gamification into the exhibition stand such as polls, tests, quests, games. By connecting an online analytical service to their booth, the exhibitor will be able to review information about the visitors, their geolocation, duration of their visit, what documents or presentations were clicked on. If something that you would like to have on your stand is not listed in this video, get in touch and we will see what we can do. MINEX Kazakhstan Virtual Auditorium. Here you can watch videos and webinars created by the resident companies. To open a video, simply click on one of the displayed on the screen logos and the information box will pop up. Click on the video to open the player. From time to time, resident companies will add new videos and organize events in the auditorium. If you would like to be notified of coming events and news, please complete the subscription form. If you are interested in becoming a resident and placing your video or organizing online event on our virtual platform, please complete inquiry form. Welcome to the 2D networking platform. It allows our residents to create an online meeting platform that can hold up to 2,000 participants. The room can be designed with a branded backdrop and divided into areas. The room can be used for holding networking meetings, conferences, and other types of interactive online events. To find out more, please view the short video and then click on the link to review the terms and book your own 2D networking room. Please feel free to contact us if you have questions by completing the contact form.
Hello and welcome to MINEX Virtual Networking Platform. In this video, we will show you the main features of networking. After joining, you will see a networking room with participants. If required, you can turn your camera and microphone on and off using control buttons at the bottom of the screen. You can move around the networking area and join circles to speak with the other participants. Once in the circle, you can make it private so others cannot join you. You can also share your screen with others. On the right-hand side menu, you can see the list of participants, send a message to everyone, a particular person, or to your circle. If you are a host, you can mute everyone and start a broadcast with up to 6 speakers. The platform also allows you to create room areas, so you can separate your participants according to the interests or agenda. Other features include changing your room background, creating a guest password and an icebreaker question to be asked when participants are logging in. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us at admin@minexforum.com.
Welcome to the 3D networking platform. Using 3D technology, we can create for our residents an immersive meeting space. Residents can use the 3D platform for up to 25 people who can join the meetings as avatars and interact with speakers and other participants. Residents and their guests can customize their avatars, share, and interact with media such as presentation slides, videos, 3D models, and PDF documents. In addition, this platform can hold up to 100 viewers who can watch live events and post questions in the message box. To find out more, please view the short video and then click on the link to review the terms and book your own 3D networking room. Please feel free to contact us if you have questions by completing the contact form. Hello and welcome to MINEX Virtual Networking Platform. In this video, we will show you the main features of 3D meeting rooms. The platform allows you to choose between many pre-made rooms or even create your own and brand it. In this platform you can invite others, turn your microphone off and on and share your screen, communicate with others via chat, search and place 3D objects in your room. You can turn, resize, make them downloadable and interact with them, as well as many other features. Place your own objects and customize them via menu. React to what's going on using emoji. interact with other participants as avatars. The platform also allows you to choose and customize your own avatar and project videos inside the room. If you have any further questions, please contact us at admin@minexforum.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for listening to the presentation of the forum agenda and also the exhibition, which concludes the official part of the demonstration. So just want to draw your attention to the program of today's event. So besides the, if you close the presentation window, you could scroll down the page, and this is where you will find entrance to the exhibition here. Also, you could subscribe to our news to be in touch, choice for reserve an exhibition booth, either virtual booth or the physical booth. And the last option is the MINEX Forum 360. That's the platform which provides information about the other services which we provide, including the building virtual tours to mine sites and production sites here. If you have any questions now, I'll be very happy to answer those questions. If not, then we will continue with the presentation. So the next presentation will focus on will be the presentation of the webinar, which was recorded by one of our exhibitors, virtual exhibitors, company called Datamine. They will be answering the questions via the public chats in the window, and also she will send the link to Datamine's virtual profile, and you will be able to get in touch with them directly. Thank you very much once again, and as promised, Yanis will send you the certificate of attendance of this event. Thank you.
Hello to everyone. My name is Yerjan Uzakbayev. I am geologist and I'm representing Datamine UK office today. Today I'm going to show you our one of our models is we call Advanced Geostats module. And before to start, actually, I would like to say that how it's going to be. I'm going to run the webinar. Then at the end of this webinar, we will have, let's say, 3-4 minutes for the question answer session. And also today I would like to introduce my colleague. We will be together with my colleague. His name is Paulo Diaz. He's our geostatistician. Also, he based in UK. And then you guys please take that opportunity that he is with us. And then if you have any question which relate with the geostatistics or anything what you can see today, and you can ask after that webinar. Okay. Okay, let me start our webinar. Just a little history of that Advanced Geostats module. Actually, this is the one of the product with collaboration with GeoVariance company. Okay, and then let me start to show you that with the Advanced Geostats model. Advanced Geostats model you can find under the estimate. You can find here the multivariate. That actually model requires separate license. But you can run via Studio RM. Okay, what we can see here, this is our menu, and then you can see here this kind of workflow from top to the bottom. If you have a look, we can see what we should do step by step, and then to reach that that level where we're going to estimate our block model. Okay. there's a lot of people ask me like it's kind of, if there's a similarity, if for example a person wants to estimate a block model or do the variography or do statistical analysis in Studio RM. Yes, they are actually the both way. You can do either, if you want to estimate your block model, and then you can do via advanced geostats model, or you can do via Studio RM. But only one exception here, that in advanced geostats model allows you to use Kriging neighborhood analysis, which allows you to define the optimal parameters of estimation. We're going to discuss about this later today. I'm going to go through and then show you this. Okay, and then let's start. Here you can see that we have a scenario. The first item here is scenario, what it does and what we can do with this. We can see here that I already have a scenario which I, let's say, created before. I can create a new scenario. If I click here, create new scenario, I give a name, let's say run. Let me put 1 because I don't have 1 here. Run 1, save changes. And then you can see here run 4, run 5, run 6, and then how it works. For example, I'm going to estimate my block model with the data which is available for today. And then for in a case if I need to go back, and then let's say I have a set of data which is I received, let's say 2016 or 2018, and then all those scenario I can save it. For example, if I created the block model and estimated in 2000, let's say a year ago, and then in this case I can go back to here, and then after that load selected, then after that I can see all the parameters that I applied, and then after that I can do comparison what I have at the moment, what I did before, and so on like this. This is the how it works, the scenario. Or another good example to use scenarios that, for example, if you apply the one, let's say, approach in terms of the method of estimation for your project, let's say you can save as a one scenario, right? Is let's say you apply the ordinary kriging or co-kriging. But for another scenario, you want to apply, let's say, just IPD or nearest neighbor. Then after that, you can all those scenarios you can save it, yeah. And then the good thing is here that you can always get back to the scenario, and also you can export scenario and you import scenario. For example, if I created the scenario here with my all step of my block model estimation. Then after that, I can share with my colleague, and then that my colleague can just import that scenario, and then he can run everything what I've done on his machine. Okay, this is how it works. The next one, if I go back to here, select samples. Here I have to select the samples which I'm going to use for the estimation. Let me select my samples, holes EG2. Yeah, and now we can see X, Y, Z, that's fine. And then here the selection list. Here I have to select the variable which I'm going to use for the estimation, for variography, for the Kriging neighborhood analysis, and so on like this. In this case, I'm going to use my silver, gold, copper. And also, if you have a look here, we have a zone 1, zone 2. What is this? This is kind of key field which you're going to use. Let's say my project, let's say my this data set, it's has a, let's say, the grid has a zone control. The key field, for example, I can click rock, and now you can see the system split up my samples by a rock key field by that zone. You can if you want, you can call domain. And then here you can see 0 zone, 1, 2, 3, and then also number of samples, what we can see here. And also we can see number of holes for each zone. And also we have range distance, mean length, and so like this. Okay, this is kind of summary of your samples. The system automatically calculate for you. But also if I click here, the calculate distance statistics, if I click here, There's also the system now is calculating the distance between samples, the mean distance between samples and maximum distance between samples, as you can see here. Yeah, the maximum, for example, for zone 0 is 881, the mean is 330, the minimum distance 41 meters, and so on like this. Okay. Another thing, please pay attention here. On the right-hand side, you can see the sample statistics. If I click here, recalculate sample stats. If I click here, yeah, the system split up the zone selection by my K field, by my zone 0, 1, 2, 3, and then also you can see here 0, 1, 2, 3 as well. And then I can selecting here, I can see for each zone separately statistics. Okay. For example, for zone number 1, it's where the most of the samples there. I mean, like a lot of samples, more than 3,000 samples there. I'm going to use it today as the main one. And then here, if you click here, the statistics, we have options here. The correlation matrix is going to calculate for you correlation p-value, covariance, f-ratio, pair t-test statistics. All those statistical value you can calculate, you can see. For example, let me show you the correlation one, correlation matrix. If you click here, the system automatically calculated and then created a correlation matrix where you can see dependence gold against the silver, right? And then if we have a correlation between them, between two variables. In this case, we can see that between two grades. In this case, we can see we have a 0.62 value of correlation. The maximum value of correlation, as you know, it's 1, and also it can be -1 as well, is -1 as well. If we're talking about the negative correlation, right? Now we're talking about the positive correlation, and a 0.62. And also that box is light up as a green box, and then which give us kind of indication that okay, there is a correlation. I cannot say that there's very strong correlation here, but yeah, there is correlation. If compare, for example, copper and silver or copper and gold, we can see here the 0.52, right? Slightly less. And the same way, if I go to here now, if I go click here 2, this is for number 2. Oh, sorry, for zone number 2, and then this is for zone number 3. Yeah, for zone number 3, that correlation between silver and gold is slightly less. Yeah. Let's go for next one. Move on. Next one, I'm going to show you here that investigate anisotropy. If I click here, anisotropy, here first thing what we can do here under the variography menu, the first one is the investigate anisotropy. This is variogram map, but this is variogram map you can do in 3 directions, and also it gives you the opportunity to see in a 3D as well. I will show you how it works. Let me select here the zone number 1, and then here my variable, I can use my gold. And then here the maximum distance between samples, the system automatically calculated for us. It's just to give you the kind of idea. When you select the luck here, this gives you the idea about the maximum distance between samples, right? It's something like when we choose the luck, it gives you some idea about this. Yeah, but when we reach that level of that stage of your project, of your resource estimation project, we usually know very well about the drill hole grid, about your distance between samples, and so on like this, about your dispersion of your grade, and so on like this. In this case, luck, I'm going to use, just pay attention here. By default, there's also, I received a few questions recently about this as well. The maximum distance is 922. You cannot change it. This is not editable. It gives you that value. But the maximum luck and luck distance you can change. Usually, the maximum luck, this is the half of the maximum distance by default. Okay, is a 4061 is a half of 922 approximately. And then the the log distance is at like a 10% of the maximum log, usually by default. Okay. Now I'm going to change it. Let me put here, let's say 25. The maximum log, let's put here the maximum what I'm looking for to define the correlation between samples for that data. Let me put 200 meters. Yeah, the number of logs 50. I'm going to use it. This is for the mostly for the visualization, because of the when we're going to create variogram map, we can see this is as a block model actually. Yeah, that's why like we're talking about the blocks here. If you sometimes we need to increase, sometimes we need to decrease the number of blocks. Yeah, it depends on the visualization of your variogram map. If I click here, creating 3D map, yeah, now we can see here. Let me put somewhere here. Now we can see the 3 directions, and also we can see in 3D view as well here on the top to the right. Yeah, here. And here we can see that 3 circles which represent axis 1, this is Z, this is Z, axis 2, this is my X, and then axis 3, this is my Y. And also please pay attention here that it's, for example, that axis Z, it's that circle actually has a red line here, and then axis 2 has green line here, and then axis 3, this tertiary direction has color blue. Why we need this one? Once you arrange the, once you define your long direction, your short direction, your plunge, and then after that, if you want to have a look in 3D, it gives you kind of indication here that like, okay, this is circle shows that this is relates with the Z direction, this is relates with the tertiary direction, this is my secondary direction. This is for the visualization as well. Okay, that color. Now let's have a look. Let's see what we can do here. If you rotate using your cursor, a left button, you can rotate and can define the best direction which represent your long continuity of your minimization. What we can see here, blue color, green color, and also we have red color. If you have a look, show the legend, it shows that this is your variance of your data, right? It's kind of variogram. Everything which is blue, that means like everything with above my seal, where there's no correlation between samples, no continuity. Here the green color represent the correlation close to the seal, right? That means there is correlation but close to the seal. And also we have a red color here. The red color represents high continuity, right? High continuity. The variance from by default from 0 to 0.7 actually. Yeah, from red high continuity up to seal by default from 0.7 up to 1, and everything higher than 1 is represented as blue color. But this is by default. But you can change, of course. You can change like this using my cursor, and then I can change it. Now I can see my high continuity. Now I increase. Yeah, now I can see much clearly and better here. And now I'm going to arrange my strike, my Z direction, and now I can see like this. I rotated 310 degree, and now I can see my long continuity that way. And also for the second direction, I can see my continuity as well, and my tertiary as well. The only one thing I would like to say and mention here that it's quite like very nice and then very useful when you do the, let's say, variography study. When you rotate, for example, secondary directions, you can see, because all of them related, all of them connected. That's why like you can see how changing, for example, if you're changing the angle by X direction, I can see what's going on with my Z directions and so on like this. Yeah. Ideally, of course, as you know, you should you should arrange the angle that would be suitable for all directions, yeah, to define, let's say, the long continuity, short continuity, or for each direction, okay? And also you can see here, you can see your drill holes, my drill holes with what I loaded in my 3D window, and also I can see my variogram map here. Yeah, and now you can see I can check. If I check here, you can see my in 3D is everything is moving there as well. Yeah, let's use that 305 or 310 my angle, but also what you can do, either you can change here, or for example, you already know, your deposit, you already know that your azimuth and dip of your mineralization of your ore body, you can type yourself here. Just type from your keyboard, click here and then type. Let's say for example 310, enter. Yeah, let me put it back. Yeah, 314. Yeah, and then after that, what you can do as well here, here we can see the auto fit as well. If I click auto fit, the system automatically fit your variogram map. Yeah, and then center variogram. Sometimes if you need to move your variogram map, I mean like the center of the variogram, if you need to move, let's say to define, let's say like some structures, what you can see, you can also move it as well, and then you can try to find the correlation as well. Okay, this is clear, is a 310, that's fine. Then after that, what I'm going to do, I've done my variogram map. If I go back to my my variography here, then if I click here now, create variograms, here that system, the next step, the system gives me the option to select the variables, variable for variograms. I'm going to select silver, gold, copper, all my 3 variables. Then also I have options here that downhole, I'm going to calculate downhole variogram, I'm going to calculate cross variogram and directional variogram. Yes, the good thing is here when I select all of them, there's the system in one run calculate for all type of variograms. Then after that I can use them. The one thing I want to say about maybe some of you already know about this, and maybe for some of you it's new. This is that this type of variogram is a cross variogram. That cross variogram, what we have here, we calculate especially for Cochran method of interpolation. Okay, you can do it here. If I simplify, what is this? Is if you have a let's say if you have a correlation between 2 variables, between gold and silver, for example, and then you can use both variables to calculate the cross variogram. Yeah, to calculate the variogram. Now I want to say something about the transforming of our data is a normal score function. I would like to check. I would like to check with my colleague.
Yeah. It's important for now to mention that new functionality we have, because we include that function, consider our clients' requests, because usually they are working with such a high skill distribution, and it's quite common to have very unstable variograms. So we can approach this problem using a theoretical consistent procedure. Basically, what we do in this case, we are going to transform the data into a normal score distribution, modeling the variogram, and then back transforming not only the experimental values but also the model. So instead of just modeling the normal score, which will give you probably a more continuous variogram than the original samples, we have now the options to back transform the values, the experimental values, and also the model. So it's a really robust and consistent approach. Of course, many people use other approach. For example, they can use capping, they can use correlograms, indicator diagrams to have some insights, or even normal score without back transforming that. So it's a quite interesting functionality that can help a lot when you are working with this kind of unstable diagrams.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you very much for clarification, guys. It's the background of this voice was as I mentioned, Paulo Diaz, our geostatistician. We will come back to transformation of data. I mean, like, if you have any question, yes, we can discuss about this, and then I will also go through the other parameters, other let's say the items here. Then we will ask, I will ask actually Paulo to give his comment as an expert of geostatistics. Okay, thank you, Paulo.
no problem.
Okay, then next one, we have the variogram, like downhole, cross variogram, directional variograms. Let me run it. Then after that, what we have here as well, we have a reference plan rotation. That means, like, I'm going to use from that angle what I defined from my variogram map, I'm going to use to calculate my variogram. How we can do it here? If I click here, read from 3D map, the system automatically read actually that angles what I have in here, and then put it here. Okay, then I'm going to use it now. Then after that, here, this nice one, the horizontal direction, we can arrange the number of direction horizontally to calculate my variograms, number of direction vertically to calculate my variograms, and so like this. It's quite nice and then useful because of as you maybe know, and we have a VGram process in a Studio RM, but they're like just settings, like you can just put the numbers, that's it. But here, but the good thing is here, for example, if you change here the number of directions, you can see like interactively which direction it's going to be, and then it's which direction going to calculate. It's quite nice. For example, if I increase my tolerance angle 45 degree, I can increase. If I decrease my like this, and so like this. Yeah, if I put here, let's say 10, and so on, like that way. Yeah. Let me put 2 directions for horizontally, and also we have vertically as well. I'm going to use 2 is enough. Then after that, what we can see here as well, we can see the maximum distance for variogram calculations, 945. Yeah, we can also, that one valuable I can change. For example, I can put here 500 and so like this. It's editable. You can change it. Yeah, I think 500 would be enough. It's okay. Then after that is here, there's options here. You can also use cylindric radius as well. It's the same option what we have in our VGram process. Yeah, and also you can use the cylindric radius to calculate your variogram applying the cylinder. Yeah. If I click here now, select zone number 1. I don't want to select all of them. It's because otherwise it takes time. I'm select only one zone, and then I'm going to calculate all the variables, all type of variograms. If I click calculate variograms, yeah. Yeah, it's done now. Okay, it's done now. We calculated variograms for 3 variables here. Then after that, what I'm going to do next one is fit models. If I go to the fit models, I want to say here, the first, you have a list of the variograms, what you can see here, and also pay attention here, we have azimuth and dip, but also we have world azimuth and dip as well. As we remember, because I have used here angle from my variogram map, that's why like it's considered here, and then you can see here in the world azimuth variogram, or world azimuth and then world dip as well. Okay. I just want to say that if you see here azimuth 0, it doesn't mean that 0. It's the mean is like 314 degree of azimuth of that variogram. Okay. Then from that list, you can display like this. If you click here, display. If I click, for example, one of the variogram, let me say, if I untick this, if I click only gold, now that one, which is the first one from the top with no angles, it always represents here the omnidirectional variograms. Okay, this is automatically calculates. Then if I go to the next one, this is my directional variograms. If I select perpendicular directional variograms, if I click here, now I have my directional variograms. Yeah. And also another thing is here, I would like to say that it's quite nice when you select your variograms and then select your variables for gold, then you can see here your 3 variograms. Then after that, what you can do, there's options minimum lag distance. You can change the lag dynamically here, yeah, just using your cursor from left to the right, and then you can change the lag, and then you can find what is the best lag to use for to create the model. Okay. Another thing which is I want to say as well here, you can apply the different lag, for example, for different directions easily, like this. If I click here, and then here's the highlighted directions. For example, for that direction, I'm going to 90 degree down. I'm going to apply one lag like this. Yeah, 39 meters. For that one, I'm going to apply, let's say, 46 one. And then for the third one, for that lag with my long continuity, I'm going to apply the different lag as well, 30, for example. It's possible, and then it can be done like these highlighted directions. Okay, guys. What else I would like to say here? If I go now here, I would like to see my downhole variograms as well. To define the nugget, we need the downhole variograms, right? Then if I click here, display downhole variograms, then if I untick this, yeah, then this downhole variogram, it says downhole that directionless. This is your downhole variogram, that one. Yeah, that variogram, which is here. Downhole, it says yes, this is your downhole variogram. And also you can adjust the lag. Then after that, you can define your nugget, right? That way. Okay, then I will remove now downhole variogram. I use my 3 variograms here. Another thing what I would like to say here as well, I can select the same way copper. Yeah, I can see that for copper variograms and for silver separately, individually. But I would like to use here today the cross variogram. I would like to use silver and gold because we had a correlation between them. That's why like I'm going to use the cross variogram here. I'm going to calculate the cross variograms, and then I've done it. Then after that, if I click here, run after fitting, the system automatically fit the variogram. It's the automatic one. It's, you should understand that it's the more average, right? As we usually use the manual fit. If you need to do some adjustment, if you want to use any some changes here, right, of your structure points, then after that, what you can do, there's options manual fit as well. If you can select number of structures, how many points you need to do the model. Then after that, if you click manual fit, if I click now manual fit, then after that I can do manual as well. Yeah. And also if I go back to here, format, and now you can see the display variance. This is my seal. It shows here my seal. I can normalize my variogram as well. Then after that, I have here display number of pairs. If I click display number of pairs, the system shows the number of pairs here. Then what else here? The minimum number of pairs you can be arranged here. I mean, like, for example, if you need to exclude some points with less than, let's say, 100 points, you can just type here 100 points, and then you're going to exclude the points here. For example, it says here 110 dead points. I can put here 112, and now this is excluded. Yeah. Okay. This is my diagram. Then let's leave it like this. Is it okay for now? Then after that, what I'm going to do, if I go to here under the save models, here I can save it my variograms. But before this one, let me just quickly show you here what we can see here as well. If I go to model parameters, you can see the parameters of your three structures, X, Y, and Z directions. This is your ranges. You can see from here as well. Yeah. Yeah, then if I go to here, the save models now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here, create candidate model from set from display. If I click here now, the system save this file here. Yeah, then after that, what I'm going to do, then if I click here, I can use this as a candidate which I'm going to use for the estimation or for Kriging neighborhood analysis. I can say here, commit to Q&A. Yeah, and then it's here. I can do another thing for you guys. If I just let me change the slightly my luck here. Yeah, let me go for now. If I click here, run after fitting again. Let me do just one more, please, here. One moment, please. It's loading.
Jurgen, to take this opportunity, I think it's wise to mention that it's a new algorithm for calculating these variograms. And we are, in this case, we are calculating the variogram for all samples, all pairs. And then you don't have to recalculate the variogram for if you want to choose a new leg. So you can interact more and save time in the modeling process with this new tool. I think it's wise just to mention that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. I think I loaded a few RMs now. Maybe I can close this to make easy my oops. Yeah, this is because I closed my previous one. Let me load my one sec, please. So let me load my previous. Moment, please, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Then if I go back to here is 8. Yeah. Then if I go to here my diagrams again. Yeah, it's let me say yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me leave it like this for now. This is my variograms. Then after that, what I'm going to do, I save it for that variogram. Then the next one after this, I can do as well for copper as well. If I click here, copper, and then I do the auto fitting again, run after fitting. Yeah, I've done it fitting for copper, and also I can save it as well. Yeah, this is for copper, and then click here, and then here commit to Q&A. Done it. Then once I finish this, the next one, I'm going to go for the Kriging neighborhood analysis, which allows me to choose 3 points, 3 areas in my deposit where I'm going to define the optimal parameters of estimation. I have 2 variograms here. This is what I created. This is the gold and silver, the cross variogram, and also I have a copper one as well. Then how we can do the selection of the area? Okay, if I click here in my deposit, I have, let's say, well-informed area, moderately informed area, and then sparse area. Yeah, and then you should select like this. Click here, well-informed area, select that arrow here. Then after that, if you go to here in your deposit, and then select, for example, that point. Yeah, I selected, right click and selected. Okay, that means I'm going to test that area with a lot of samples, a lot of data. The second one, model informed area, I'm going to select here. Let me say something here, that area. And then with poor area with not so much samples, I'm going to select, let me say, that area. Okay. Then when I'm selected these three areas, you can see the coordinates of that area. I'm going to generate the blocks for each area. Is in this case 81 blocks around that point is going to be generated. Then after that, based on those blocks, the Krieg neighborhood analysis do the test. Yeah. This is fine, and also there's options here defined from prototype. If you already have the block model, and then you can load the block model, and then the system takes the parameters of the block model automatically, or you can use by default as it is. For example, you can do yourself 111. You can put it here and so on. In my case, I already have a block model. That's why the parameters is taken here. The next one is optimize. When I do the optimization, the first one is the optimize discretization points, one of the parameters which we need to do to run the estimation. I'm doing the optimization of discretization points. How it works? If I click here, yeah, then if I click 10 and 1, if I click run test, and then if I click here, average. This is average time, and then block covariance, and now you can see. Now I'm testing, for example, for the X direction, how many number of points we need to achieve good estimation based on block covariance. As you can see here, the system represents here that like if I use 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, and then up to 4 points, yeah, then up to 4 points, the estimation can be changed. It will be different, but up to after 4 points, and then my actually curve stabilized here. That means if I use 4 points, if my colleague will use 6 points, but the result of the outcome of the estimation would be quite similar, as you can see here. But my colleague will spend more time, let's say more time to run the estimation, and then but the result would be the same like mine, but I spent less time. Yeah, and also there's a nice graph here, average time per block. As you can see, for example, 4 points, it's here. But if, for example, if someone decided to use 8 points, is actually in terms of the time is double, right? He should spend, if I spend 1 hour, he should spend, let's say, 2 hours for that. Yeah, this is kind of graph. It's the same I can do for Y direction as well. And then let me just go back to my block covariance, and then I can do for Y directions. Let me put here 10. Yeah, then if I click here, run test. Yeah, if I click here, Y directions, and for Y direction, more or less a similar result. Yeah, the 4 points is the optimum number of points, distribution points for Y direction. Okay, and so like this. Then after this one, there's a block size, optimize block size. I already run it. As you can see here, now I'm checking here the block size for each direction, for this by X direction, and also on the top you can see well-informed area, moderately informed area, and the sparse area. Yeah, the 3 areas what I used. Yeah, and now I can see the three graphs here. In this case, how we can read that graph? You can see here that graph built based on the kriging efficiency and then block size here by x direction. Then the highest kriging efficiency value represents the good quality of your estimation. Yeah, that means like in this case, the highest one probably here somewhere like 40 meters each. Then in this case, you can consider from 20 meters up to 60 meters is kind of optimum block size by x direction. Okay, and also we have I can do it for the y, for z as well, but also pay attention here that we have a measured value here. We have a lot of different statistical values here, which you can do as well. We usually, when we do the Kriging neighborhood analysis, we usually use the common one is the Kriging efficiency, of course, and then slope of regression, and also weight of mean as well. Yeah, the weight of mean, and also we have a slope of regression as well. Yeah, I think I need to give a word to Paulo. Maybe he can give some comments.
We have many parameters there. But I don't know how familiar you are with Q&A, but basically we consider these three parameters Yerjan have said. The slope of regression is a good indication of conditional bias. So the closer to 1 it gets, the better it is. And the other parameter we usually use is the weight of the mean for simple kriging. It's better if it's close to 0, basically. So with these three parameters, consider these three parameters and varying these points Yerjan had selected before, you can have a criteria for defining your search parameters that we are going to see in the next step. But basically, we in Q&A we are looking for the highest slope and the lowest weight of the mean for simple kriging. Basically, is that.
Okay, thank you, Paulo. And then also, yeah, I just want to also say about this base here. You should, once you, let's say, define the block size, then distribution points, then after that, you should type the base here. Because if you move on to the next stage, next optimization parameters tool, here, then that base, what we have here, and then what we have here under the distribution points, it would be used to calculate, for example, the search ellipsoid, the optimum parameters in terms of the search ellipse. Okay. Now what we can see here, the search distance as well. It says here for x directions. For the x directions, we can see that the highest value of the kriging efficiency represented is here. That means like from 60 up to 90, probably the best search ellipse should be used to achieve good quality of estimation. Okay, it's the same way. If I have a look here, I can see the slope of regression as well. Yeah, and also if I go back to kriging efficiency, but I would like to show you, this is for the well-informed area, moderate informed area, and then sparse area. Yeah. Then if I go now to order by x-axis, if I go to here, there's a minimum samples as well, which shows here the minimum number of samples should be 6. Yeah, it also represents here that 6. There's a minimum number of samples, of course, but if you put more samples, it would be not sometimes good, but it will be better in this case. Yeah, this is the idea about the Q&A analysis. You can generate all those graphs. Based on those graphs, you can define, let's say, optimal parameter of estimation statistically. Okay, this is quite important to say. Then after that, if I go to the next one, the estimation itself, if I go here, input models, I can put my block model. let me say that this is OB mode, that one. Then output model, let me put here block model, let's say grade 1. Yeah, this is zone number 1. Then also there's good opportunity here to use dynamic anisotropy as well, if you need. Then after that, if I go to here, define estimation, here that I'm going to define the estimations. You can see here, I have my ordinary kriging estimation for gold and silver. Actually, it's a co-kriging method. Here I'm going to apply because I use the cross-variogram. But for copper, I'm going to use ordinary kriging, but univariate estimation. That means only one value, only copper. Okay. Then here you can see the parent cell estimation or subcell estimation. You can apply different methods as well here available. Then cell discretization points we can arrange here. The only one thing which is I think it's quite important to say here is if you can see here the output standard statistics. If I click here output field, and you can see when I run estimation, the system automatically generates those attributes here. That means my kappa grade, kappa variance, number of samples, number of holes, and so weight of mean, and so on like this. But if I go back to here, let me select gold. If I go select here, then if I click here output all kriging statistics, the system automatically also calculates for you guys kriging efficiency, search volume in slope of regression, and then variance of Z, and those parameters. Yeah, and other parameters, summary of positive weights as well. All those parameters we usually actually to do that estimation, we usually run separately. And then, for example, for slope of regression kriging efficiency, we have a process in a Studio RM, and then it's run separately to calculate them. Then after that, most of the people use those parameters to categorize their resources and to get the confidence of the estimation and so on like this. Yeah, in this case, in the advanced geostats model, just selecting that options output all kriging statistics, the system automatically calculate for you. Okay. Then if you go to the review of the variograms, here we can see the variograms. We can assign the variograms for each interpolator, for example, gold and silver and copper. This is variogram number 1, variogram number 2. I can change as well. If I go to the search volume, of course, I can change my search volume as well. For example, for gold and silver, I'm going to use that huge search volume which came from my range, from my variograms. But if I need to change it, I can change it as well. For example, if I put here, let's say 60, I don't know, 50, and then here put, let's say 25. Then if I click here, the system automatically changed now here. Yeah, the same here, the sample number of limits. I'm going to say here that for that search ellipse, I'm going to run the primary ellipse. I'm going to use minimum number of samples is, let's say 6. The maximum number of samples I put here, let's say 15, and click apply. Yeah, and then if I want to add size factor, as we have in a Studio RM, I will put here, let's say minimum number of samples 4, and then here 15, and then click add, and so on like this. I can edit my search volume factors here. Then after this, once you arranged all those parameters, you need to go to here, run estimation, and now this is the summary of your estimation: holes, input model, rock, your key field, here the parameter files as well, all of them here, and then this is the summary. I'm going to use gold and silver using the co-kriging method of interpolation. Here I'm going to use individual copper only univariate estimation. Yeah, then what I need to do, click run estimation. Yeah, it's done. Then after that, I'm going to just click display. Let me show the gold. Click display, and now we have a block model here. If I load like as a blocks, as now you can see the blocks. Yeah, the only one thing is also would like to say here as well. all those parameters, such as variogram file, search parameters, estimation parameters files, everything is saved here as well in your project files, and then it's suitable to use. For example, if you want to run, if you want to use those files in a schema process or estimate process in a Studio RM. And also another thing I would like to say here, when you're working here in the Advanced Geostats model, and then you can easily jump to the Studio RM, it's because it's available, for example, right? It's kind of work independently. You can load, you can see the visualization. Also, you can, if you need to run something, you can run as well. Yeah, it's work both way. Yeah, it doesn't mean that like if you work in Geostats mode, that means the rest of the comments here it's blocked. It's not like this. You can run parallelly something as well here. This is actually, guys, this is what I wanted to show today. Yeah, and then this is my result of my block model. Hope it was clear and useful for you guys. And then, yeah, I just want to say that again, thank you very much for your time. Hope that webinar was useful for you. And then, yeah, see you next time. And then goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you very much. This concludes the presentation of the webinar recorded by Datamine. So if you have any questions, please follow the link, which is scrolling on top of this broadcast. And we will send you the recording of this presentation tomorrow. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us via forms located on the website or in the virtual tour. If you're planning to attend MINEX Kazakhstan, we'll be very happy to give you a call and to discuss particular options. If not, we wish you an enjoyable and a productive visit to MINEX Kazakhstan Virtual Expo. Have a great day and look forward to keeping in touch with you.